Hey y'all, Ben the Fisherman here. I had some people ask me about how I carry my tackle. I thought it'd be kind of a cool video to make. I haven't made a YouTube video in quite a long time, so I figure I would give it a shot. Um, Start off, mainly I'm a bank fisherman. I do have a kayak. I don't take it out as much as I should, but I usually only have a couple hours to fish, so I want to make the most of my time, and bank fishing is the logical answer. So I've gone through a lot of different things over the years trying to figure out how to pack the most stuff in the least amount of space, and I think I found a pretty good system. So to start off, I usually carry 2 to 3 rods with me. I'm still trying to expand my collection and get a good quality setup going. So at home, I have everything kind of divided out. I have smaller tackle boxes over here. Each one is dedicated to lipless crankbaits, square bills. I'll have one for jigs, one for swim baits, and one for terminal tackle. Depending on what's going on, I will bring some of these and throw them in the car. And when I get to the spot, I'll do a little survey real quick and figure out what I'm going to be using. And then I move it over into my tackle bag. I've gone through backpacks and everything else, and I found that this is the best for me. I have always carry a fixed blade knife. I don't like fiddling with one hand opening knives. I'm a huge knife collector, so I found that this is really the best one for me. It's just a real simple, easy, cheap, more in a niv, and I can get this thing razor sharp. In the bag itself is really, I've got the main compartment. I will put 2 or 3 of my favorite boxes for the day. So here I've got my top water. I've got my skirted moving baits, so swim baits, chatter baits, and spinner baits. And then I've got my soft plastic swim baits. I use swim baits 90% of the time when I'm out. They're at least tied onto one of my rods. My favorite right now is my Curado combo. I've got a 6-3-to-1 Retrieve Curado K paired with the Curado split grip rod, and I absolutely love that combo. The big thing with me though is, as I mainly fish soft plastics, so how do I carry as many soft plastics as I can? You get a package of worms and it's got 20 worms of that same color. That's nice and all, but I don't want to carry that many on me. What I found is the color selection on soft plastics is most important. So, I really don't need an entire package of, say, Zoom trick worms in watermelon red. Yeah, I might need some, but I don't need all 20. So what I do is I have bags and bags and bags of different types of plastics. So at home, I have the shoebox totes all labeled, and each one has all my packages already in there. So what I'll do is take those out and divide them into Ziploc bags. So the first one I have in here is my Senko bag. So with my Senkos, I have all different types, colors, shapes. I got my wacky ring tool. I've got whatever brands mixed together. So I'll look through here, and depending on water clarity and everything and what type of action I'm looking for, I'll choose one and use it. Same thing with all my others. So I have another one which is just lizards. I love using lizards right now. They're kind of hot during the spawn cycle. Really good. So I've got a bunch of different colors of that. I've got my big swim baits, 4 inches and bigger. I'm really a huge fan of soft plastic swim baits. Put them on a EWG or a belly weighted screw lock hook and you're golden. So whatever color whatever style I need. I have a huge variety. You know, just looking in here, I've got this right here is my favorite right now. It's my Reaction Innovations. I believe the color is called Sungill. This thing is just killer. It's on my rod 90% of the time. It just is fantastic. But I have other styles too. Berkley, the Havoc series. I've got a nice little variety going. Craws. Craws are a huge deal. And you have to have every color under the sun, and you have to have a variety. So after a day of fishing, whatever I use, I actually put in the back of my bag, back here, for my trash. And I'll go through that and find whatever colors I used and depleted. I'll go back in and refill them from my box. That way I'm topped up. But I've got in this little bag, this is my variety pack. So if I want to just throw something in my pocket, I've got a little bit core colors and samples from here. I can just throw this one bag in there, grab a spare hook or two in case I get snagged, and I'm good to go. But I've got smaller, I got grubs, smaller swim baits in my side pouch. I have a huge variety as well. So all my stick worms, my high-vis neon colors. What I found is if I mix these with other colors, they bleed together and give me this nasty, dirty brown color. So especially with trick worms, the Zoom trick worms, you can't put the dark color baits with the clear baits like the watermelon red flake, or they will all turn the same color. So lesson learned the hard way on that. And then I've got a small selection of ribbon-tail worms. Really the only time I use the ribbon-tail worms, the normal size variety, is during the heat of the summer. And then usually I'll go with a large worm like the 10-inch power worm. As far as what equipment I bring, got my handy dandy pocket scale. I use this most of the time. When I had my PB bass, this thing decided not to work for me, and I couldn't get an accurate reading. The best I could do was to get it into kilograms, and even then it seemed off and wonky. So not trusting it, I went out and bought a bigger one. And then I found out it was probably user error on my part. I got pliers. Of course, needle nose pliers. I've got a good set of fish grips. I found these are really essential, especially when you're weighing the fish. And then a good pair of split ring pliers with braid cutters on them. And then for my terminal tackle, last but not least, I have a small double-sided pouch with everything I need in there. I've got all my EWGs. I've got drop shot stuff, which I'm not a big drop shot fisherman. And then, of course, my absolute favorite rig is the Jika rig. I can tell this is pretty beat up. But I use the heck out of this thing. If you haven't used a Jika rig, it's nice. It gives the plastics a little bit better action. The downside is if it's a mossy or grassy bottom, it snags a little more than a weedless Texas rig. But the advantages are much better action. And then, of course, being so into swim baits, on the other side here, I have, now I know why all the YouTubers set everything out beforehand. I have a huge variety of swim bait presentations. I can do weedless, I can do different heads, I can get them all the way up to a nice weedless lead head, and then the giant VMC stuff. So whatever I need for that day, I have it. And of course, I have more at home, so if I go empty with something, I just bring it home and refill it. Well, that's going to be it. Just want to show a real quick video of how I pack so much stuff, and I want to make sure that I'm prepared for every situation that I encounter, and so far it looks like I'm on the right track. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see y'all next time.